Hey there, Saints. This is Frank with this week's edition of Awaken Church's Sermon Spark Notes. So this past week, we hit week 4 of our Sex Talk series. And in particular, we focused on the topic of gender identity. And it had me reflecting this week as I was thinking back on the teaching of a couple of stories from the scriptures that I didn't get a chance to go through that I thought maybe I'd include today. One was the story of Jacob and Esau, and how it says in the scriptures that between the twins, Esau was hairy and gruff with a deep voice, and then that he loved hunting, and he was Isaac's beloved, the beloved of his father. And then Jacob was smooth-skinned. He liked to be in the tents, remain in the tents, and also to cook with his mother. And I thought it was really fascinating that just in this picture of what we might have thought is the classic picture of a man versus someone who's not quite, the one God chose was Jacob to be the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. Another story that I was meditating on was the story of David, and how when Israel demanded a king, God chose Saul because he was the type of king that Israel expected and maybe even wanted to have. Taller than most, handsome, well-built, and yet he let God down over and over again. And David was the man that God chose, and outwardly he was smaller, he was ruddy, and he did not look like the king type. And I love how God shares this in the book of Samuel, where it says, man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. And Saints, I feel like if there's anything that you captured from this past teaching, is to be able for us to train our church to do what God does, right? To be able to move past outward appearance and to be able to kind of dig in and take the time to listen to someone's heart. And so that's my charge for you this week, Saints. For those of you who are meditating on this teaching, or even willing to put yourself under a bit of extra scrutiny and personal reflection, to think through a couple of key questions. The first is there anyone in my life, and it doesn't have to be someone from the LGBTQIA plus community, but is there someone in my life that I have made a quick judgment about, that maybe God's telling me that I need to take some time to search out their heart a little bit more? And if so, can I just go ahead and challenge you to make a good faith effort to go ahead and do that, to reevaluate all of your relationships this week, and just to see where God might want to take you to take some next steps with them. Saints, I'm so proud of you. I'm honored to be pastor of this church, honored to labor alongside you all as we go through very challenging issues, and to be able to walk through it in real life with a measure of love and grace. And it's a privilege figuring that out with you. Have a great week. God bless.